Alright, sir. Sir, kasi on the same day that President Duterte talked about dismantling the oligarchs, House Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano posted in Facebook saying that the denial of ABS-CBN's franchise was actually a move against the oligarchs. He claimed that the owners of the ABS-CBN, and I'm quoting from his Facebook post, actually protect and grow their fortunes.
ETV online channel, in the service of the Filipino online world.
Hi sir, good afternoon. Sir, regarding the speech of President Duterte yesterday, you said that you're unaware that the speech of the President was actually edited. So this means that you were not able to watch the speech in full. So how can you be so certain, sir, that the President was not actually referring to ABS-CBN in the context of the oligarchy that he was able to dismantle?
Because I go by his prior statements. Alam niyo po kami dito sa opisina ko, lahat po ng sinasabi ni Presidente, kinakapture po namin yan at ini-index namin. No? So pagdating sa oligarchy, paulit-ulit po niya sinasabi, well, bati na naman sila ngayon. Pero palagi po niya sinasabi, MVP, Ayala, Lucio Tan, dahil ito po yung siya mismo talaga ang umaksyon. Sinabi talaga niya, at ako pa nga tinalaga niya, naalala niyo, ako nung wala ako sa gobyerno, si Harry Roque ang pasasampa ko ng kaso laban kay MVP at sa mga Ayala dahil sa water concession agreement. No? So, it's on the basis of his prior contemporaneous statements po.
So, but can we ask Malacanang to air the entire speech na lang, sir?
Well, hindi po ako yan. No? That's PCO RTVM.
Alright, sir. Sir, kasi on the same day that President Duterte talked about dismantling the oligarchs, House Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano posted in Facebook saying that the denial of ABS-CBN's franchise was actually a move against the oligarchs. He claimed that the owners of the ABS-CBN, and I'm quoting from his Facebook post, actually protect and grow their fortunes by controlling and abusing the system, and that they also deprive the country of billions in much-needed funds by skirting and bending the law. Do you think that this is a coincidence, or is this connected with the President's statement regarding his claim that he has dismantled the oligarchs?
Well, alam niyo po, I have no authority to speak for Speaker Cayetano. No? So perhaps you can ask that question from Speaker Cayetano.
Alright, sir. Sir, last na lang. So what can you say to critics who point out that while President Duterte moves to dismantle oligarchs, he's in fact building his own brand of cronyism. He's building his own oligarchs. For instance, I'm referring to an article in Nikkei Asian Review published last year who pointed out to the spectacular rise of Dennis Uy, for example, during the Duterte administration.
Wala, alam ko naman po, mayaman na si Dennis Uy, dati pa. So, kung akalain niyo pong yumaman si Dennis Uy, siguro po mas mayaman na siya ngayon, pero sa mulat-mula, mining po sila po yung sa diwalwal. So, hindi na po sila kinakailangan tulungan ng Presidente para lumaki. Yan po ang pagkakaalam ko sa background ni Dennis Uy.
So,
Thank you very much,
no
Pia.
cronies po. President Duterte has no cronies.
Wala po, kasi si Dennis Uy po, they built their fortune because of mining in gold in Diwalwal. So no one can doubt naman po na talagang gold producing yung Diwalwal. No? So wag po natin isipin na yung kayamanan niya is because of President Duterte. Dati na po siyang mayaman. Okay? Thank you, Pia. Yusek Rocky, please.
Yes po, good afternoon, Secretary. Sa speech po ni President Duterte, he mentioned about an oligarchy na binuwag at sinira po niya. Just for the record, who is the President referring to?
He's referring po to the oligarchies that he has dealt with personally. Nandyan po yung unang away niya with Lucio Tan, pero nagbayad po ng pagkakautang sa airport ang si Lucio Tan. At nandyan po yung mga water concessionaires. No? At dahil talaga namang sinabihan niya, talagang baguhin nyo ang kontrata, hindi nyo dapat maging agrabyado ang taong bayan, kung hindi ay ipakukulong ko kayo. No? At pumayag naman po na magkaroon ng amended concession agreement ang dalawang Taipans na MVP Group at ang Ayala Group.
Opo, hindi po ba, are you saying, sir, that this is just a coincidence that the President mentioned this immediately after Congress denied the franchise application of ABS-CBN?
I believe so, kasi palagi naman yung sinasabi sa mga talumpati niya, yung mga oligarchs na talagang siya mismo ang bumuwag. No? Ito naman pong kaso kasi ng ABS-CBN, kaso po na nag-expire ang prangkisa at hindi po na-renew ng Kongreso.
Apo. On another topic po, still on the speech of the president, he also mentioned about discouraging his daughter, Sara Duterte, from running for presidency. Clarify ko lang po kung ano ibig sabihin ni Pangulo dito sa linya na ito. Sabi ko, magtrabaho ka dyan, wala kang makuha unless gusto mong mamera, kaya. What does this mean, sir? And how do you reconcile this statement to his previous statements na galit siya sa korupsyon, ayaw niya na binubulsa ang pera ng gobyerno?
Malinaw naman po ang palaging sinasabi ni Presidente kay Mayor Sara. Talagang it's a thankless job. It's all sacrifice, walang return, and ayaw niya na ganyan yung buhay niyang kanyang anak, no? So he's saying it's the most thankless job in the country, and he has said that consistently.
Pero sir, yung part po na sinabi niya, wala kang makuha unless gusto mong mamera, kaya. Ano pong ibig sabihin nun, sir?
Well, talagang wala kang, yun nga thankless nga po There's no gain to becoming a president unless you're corrupt. So it's all public service. That's what he's saying.
Okay, last na lang po for me, sir. He also mentioned about being open dun sa borders ng country for trade, lalo na daw po ang coal. Can you give us more details on this, sir? What will be our next steps?
Ano yung last na sinabi mo? Yung maging open sa borders?
Yes po. Yung may nalagit po si Pangulong Duterte na he's ready daw po i-open ang borders ng Philippines for trade. He also mentioned coal. Very important daw po ang coal sa trade. Ano po ang details nito, sir, and ano yung next steps?
That's about the economic integration that is being implemented through ASEAN po. That's really a zero tariff or minimum tariff for intra-ASEAN trade. It's a common market po.
Good afternoon, Secretary Roque. Question from Virgil Lopez of GMA News Online. China on Monday rejected the Philippines' call to comply with the 2016 arbitration ruling that nullified its massive claim over the South China Sea, calling the decision illegal and invalid. May we get Palace's reaction to this? What can the government do in order for China to comply with the ruling?
Well, unang-una po, talagang hindi tayo nagkakasundo sa bansang China tungkol dyan sa arbitral award na yan. No? Sinasabi natin na partido ang China sa UNCLOS na meron pong mandatory dispute resolution na ginamit natin at ang naging resulta nga ay yung award. No? Pero let's just say that we will agree to disagree, pero meanwhile, itong disagreement natin ito ay hindi dahilan. No? At hindi naman po ito ang suma total ng ating relasyon sa China. We will proceed po, isusulong natin na po pwede natin isulong sa ating pagkakaibigan sa China, yung mga bagay-bagay na may relasyon sa ekonomiya at sa kalakal, at isasantabi muna po natin yung mga bagay na hindi mapagkasunduan, kasama na po itong territorial dispute neto.
From Salarino Monte ng Manila Shimbun, reaction daw po ng Palace on the statement of U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo that the world will not allow Beijing to treat the South China Sea as its maritime empire. The statement came a day after Foreign Affairs Secretary Teodoro Locsin said that the ruling of the Permanent Court of Arbitration 4 years ago is non-negotiable.
Well, siyempre po, ako ay tagapagsalita ng Pangulo, ulitin ko lang po ang sinabi ng Pangulo. No? Ang huling pronouncement po ng Pangulo tungkol dito ay sinabi po niya doon sa ASEAN Summit, no? Na ginanap po na online. Ang sabi po ng Pangulo, talaga naman pong yung mga bansang Amerika at ang China ay patuloy na maghihiyakat o hihikayatin tayo na sumapi sa kanilang kampo. No? Kinakailangan ang ating posisyon po dito ay isulong natin ang pangnasyonal na interest natin at kinakailangan po ang resolusyon sa South China Sea ay sang-ayon po sa batas. No? At sinasabi nga po natin na ang lahat ng mga interesado dito sa West Philippine Sea dispute, kinakailangan ma-resolve ito sang-ayon po sa UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. Yes, thank you, Yusek. Tricia Tirada, please.
Hi, good afternoon, Secretary. Sir, how does the IATF interpret this data, yung pagdami po ng kaso ng COVID cases natin vis-a-vis hospital capacity? Hanggang saan po, sir, yung kaya natin? And at this rate, where a number of hospitals express that they have reached their full capacity capacity for COVID cases. Do you see our healthcare capacity getting overwhelmed too soon or it overwhelmed? And sir, sabay ko na rin po, no, there are unverified reports na some hospitals are having a hard time collecting from PhilHealth. Has this reached the government? Ano pong plano natin tungkol dito?
On your first question, no, dalawa po yan, no, yung doubling rate, daily doubling rate na nasa 7 to 10 days po ang Metro Manila. So, mabuti naman po talaga tayo, no, na hindi po talaga tayo dapat tumaas ng klasifikasyon, no. Pero hindi rin po pwedeng magluwag kasi ang MGCQ po ay almost 18 days po yan, no, yung case doubling rate. Sa critical care capacity, yung nag-meeting po kami, 60%. Ang sabi po ni Yusek Vega ngayon ay nasa 70% na manageable naman po yan. Explain ko lang po na ang trabaho talaga ni Yusek Vega ngayon, no, ay siya yung nagko-coordinate sa mga hospital, siya yung nagli-liaison para kung puno ng ICU ng isang pribadong hospital, merong mapagre-referan na hospital. Hindi itataboy ang pasyente dahil wala na silang espasyo, sasabihin kung saan dapat pumunta. Dahil overall, sapat-sapat naman po ang ating mga hospital beds, kasama na po dyan yung ating mga ICU beds. So kung puno na ang hospital na gusto nyong pasukan, sasabihin naman po kayo kung saan po pwede magpunta kung kinakailangan ng ICU care. Now, last point po, yung hindi pagbabayad ng PhilHealth, alam niyo naman po, no, talagang ang PhilHealth, malapit po sa aking advocacy yan. No? Pero sabihin na lang po natin na this has been discussed at ang alam ko po, si National Implementer will have discussions with General Morales. No? Dahil importante po na ang mga hospital will have the confidence to admit COVID patients dahil alam nila mababayaran naman sila ng case rates for COVID. Yes, next question please. Tapos na ba si Trish? Nag-freeze. Trish? Pero tatlong question na yun actually.
Hello, Secretary.
Yes.
Hello?
Nag-freeze
Yes,
ka. Anong
Secretary,
mahina talaga yung internet mo where you
namin-
are?
Yung sa IATF po na meeting, yung based po dun sa initial recommendation sa mga local government units, sir, meron na po bang nag-apila na LGU if they want to have an easing in the restriction or stricter restrictions? And si President po, sir, I understand bukas po magsasalita. So bukas po ba siya makikipagtulong sa IATF or ngayong gabi po?
Well, unang-una, mamaya pa lang po yung aming pagpupulong, mamayang hapon po. No? Dahil maraming mga schedules yung mga miyembro ng IETF, hindi po pwedeng ganapin na mas maaga yung meeting. So mamaya ko rin po malalaman kung mayroong mga syudad at mga probinsya at mga rehiyon na umapila. No? At mamaya rin po yan didesisyonan para magkaroon ng final recommendation sa ating presidente. Well, nabanggit ko na po yan dahil mamaya pa lang ang meeting natin ng IATF, umaabot po yan hanggang alas 9 ng gabi, lalo na kapag mayroong mga apila, bukas na po maa-anunsyo ng presidente dahil mamaya pa po ma-finalize yung recommendations.
Sir,
Okay.
for last question po, since malapit na po yung SONA, sir, kumustahin lang po natin, medyo ibang topic naman po. Saan na po tayo sa laban natin sa droga po?
Nako, bago nga yung topic na yan, no? But I will have figures siguro in a later press briefing because I don't have the figures now. No? But the President remains confident that we are winning the war against prohibited drugs. Record holds po o record na paghuhuli ng mga pinagbabawal ng droga ang nangyari sa mga nakalipas na mga araw. Bilyong-bilyong halaga po ang nahuli ng PIDEA at ng ating kapulisan. No? But I can probably give you a more comprehensive response if you want in a later briefing. Thank you.
Thank you, Secretary.
Back to you, Secretary. Thank you, Trish.
Secretary, tanong from Francis Wakefield of Daily Tribune about ABS-CBN pa rin. PRD's speech to Sulu commented on destroying oligarchy without declaring martial law. Obvious na he is referring to the Lopezes of ABS-CBN. Any comment on this, sir?
Hindi po obvious yun. Ang sabi ko po, he must be referring to the oligarchs which he named and he actually threatened to destroy but reconsidered. Matapos po, unang-una, si Lucio Tan nagbayad ng pagkakautang sa airport. Pangalawa, si MVP Group at ang Ayala Group po dahil sa matindi nilang pagtulong sa panahon ng COVID. That's a matter of record naman po. So, Francis, it's not obvious.
From From Jopel Peleño of DWIC, dumating na po dito sa bansa mula abroad ang OFW na ina ng dalagitang ginahasa at pinatay ng 2 pulis sa Cabugao, Ilocos Sur. Hiling po niya sana'y agad nang makauwi at wag na po sana siyang paabuti ng 2 linggo sa isang quarantine facility. Humihingi lang po siya ng kahit konting pangunawa o konsiderasyon para daw po masilip yung bangkay ng kanyang anak at matutukan na po ang kaso nito.
Mayor Lino, are you on the line? Mayor Lino?
Yes, sir.
Pwede ba hong i-request ko na magpadala na lang kayo ng swabber kung nasa naman itong nanay ng biktima na napatay, no? Dahil alam ko sa Taguig, 1 day lang, para after 1 day makauwi na siya sa Ilocos Sur. Can I ask that from you?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir. Please,
yan po ang kasagutan.
Within the day po. Within
Okay.
the day po. We'll
Okay, yan po ang
contact them.
kasagutan. Action agad kay Mayor Lino Cayetano. Magpapadala po siya ng swabber kung nasa naman si nanay at within the day may resulta nang siya makauwi na sa Ilocos Sur. Next question, please. Thank you, Mayor.
From Rosalie Cos of UNTV, bakit po hindi si Secretary Duque ang treatment czar? Does this mean po eventually Yusek Vega will replace the health chief?
Okay, linawin ko lang po, no? Ang designation po ni Yusek Vega is he is the one hospital incident, no? Command. So, kaya po tinawag namin siyang treatment czar kasi siya yung nagko-coordinate sa lahat ng mga hospital na kung saan po pwede pumunta ang mga pasyente.
Like and subscribe. Watch the previous video. Thank you for watching.